What if I told you that most beginners who quit RC cars in the first 3 months quit because of a decision they made before they ever turned the car on? Not because the hobby was too hard, not because they lacked patience, because of one purchase, made in excitement, made in ignorance, that the hobby industry had every reason not to stop them from making. We're talking about a beginner who walks into a shop or opens a browser, sees a Traxxas Slash or an Arma Centon, and makes a call that either keeps them in this hobby or ends their run before it starts. In this video, we're counting down the 5 RC buying mistakes that destroy beginners before they find their stride. Stay until mistake number 2, because that one doesn't look like a mistake when you make it. And stay for number 1, because that's the quit trigger nobody in this hobby talks about, and it's the most common reason talented beginners walk away forever. If this channel is new to you, hit that subscribe button right now. We cover RC honestly, real costs, real breakdowns, no sponsored sugarcoating. Hit subscribe and stay in the loop. Here are the 5 RC buying mistakes that make beginners quit, ranked from damaging to absolutely devastating. Number 5, the terrain trap. You buy the wrong car for where you actually live. Picture this. A beginner spends $200 on a gorgeous, on-road touring car. Sleek shell, low chassis, looks fast, standing still. They get home, take it to the backyard, and it high centers on the first patch of rough ground it touches. They try the footpath outside. One loose pebble and the chassis scrapes concrete. They try the road and nearly lose it under traffic. By the end of that first weekend, it's back in its box, and it stays there. This happens constantly. The hobby industry loves to display on-road cars front and center because they look impressive in packaging. But most beginners don't have clean, sealed asphalt or an indoor track to run on. Most beginners have gravel driveways, grass yards, and cracked footpaths. The RC community data is consistent on this. On-road buyers report the lowest sustained runtime and the highest early exit rate of any category because they can't find a safe place to use what they bought. Before you spend a cent, look at where you're actually going to run your car. Not where you hope you might run it one day. Where you realistically will this weekend with no special setup. If the answer involves anything other than smooth sealed pavement, you need a short course truck, a buggy, or a basher. Something like a Traxxas Stampede or an Arma Granite, both 1/10 scale RTR options that forgive real-world terrain without any modification. The car needs to match your life, not your ambition. Number 4, the toy grade trap. You buy a car that looks like an RC but isn't one. You've seen these. They're in department stores, in online marketplaces, in flashy boxes at eye level, $40 to $80, claiming high speed and 2.4 gigahertz control. Sporting body styles that look almost identical to real hobby-grade machines. A beginner buys one. It runs fine for maybe 3 weeks. Then the gearbox strips, or the motor burns out, or the receiver signal becomes unreliable. They search for a replacement part. There are none. The manufacturer doesn't produce spare parts. The entire car is designed to be thrown away, so they throw it away. And they walk away convinced that RC is a cheap, fragile hobby not worth their time or money. That conclusion is the quit, and it was manufactured by retailers who place disposable electronics right alongside genuine hobby-grade cars with no labeling to separate them. Here's what you need to know before you buy. A proper hobby-grade RC car will be sold as RTR, ready to run, and will run on a named brand ESC, a real servo and a drivetrain that accepts aftermarket parts. If it doesn't have those things, it's not a hobby-grade car. It's a toy with a remote. A toy-grade car can't teach you this hobby. The only thing it can teach you is to walk away from it. Number 3, the dead-end brand. You buy from a manufacturer with no support ecosystem behind them. Here's how this quit moment looks. A beginner finds a good deal online, a brand they've never heard of, a model with no hobbyist reviews, but a price that feels smart. It runs well for a month. Then the front drive cup cracks. On any supported platform, that's a $7 part. They search for the replacement, nothing. They email the company, no response. They post in RC forums, places like RC groups. Nobody runs this car. 3 different people give them the same reply. Should have bought a Traxxas, should have bought an Arma. The car sits on a shelf for 6 months and gets sold for $30. If this breakdown is saving you money right now, do me a favor and hit that like button. It helps this video reach beginners before they make these exact mistakes. And if you're not subscribed yet, we post this kind of honest RC knowledge every single week. The rule here is simple. Before you buy any car, search YouTube for the model name, search Reddit, search RC groups. If you can't find 5 videos of real hobbyists running and repairing that specific model, you're buying into a dead end. Community support isn't a nice to have. It's the infrastructure that keeps you in the hobby when things go wrong, and things always go wrong eventually. Brands like Traxxas and Arma, distributed through Horizon Hobby, exist precisely because their parts ecosystems are deep enough that a cracked arm never has to end your day permanently. Number 2, the battery blind side. You buy a car without understanding what it actually costs to run long-term. This one plays out like this. A beginner buys a mid-range truck. It ships with a nickel-metal hydride battery and a wall charger. They run it, get frustrated with the short runtime and the long charge cycle, and start researching LiPo upgrades. They find a 3S LiPo at a good price and buy it without checking whether the ESC is rated for 3S voltage. They plug it in. Best case, the ESC throws a low voltage cutoff and nothing runs properly. Worst case, the ESC takes damage. The beginner doesn't know what went wrong. The hobby feels technical and punishing. They quit. And that's before we even get to the charger. LiPo batteries require a balance charger, not the wall brick that shipped with the car. A quality balance charger is another $30 to $60 on top of the battery itself. And most retailers bury that detail in fine print if they mention it at all. The battery ecosystem is the most underexplained part of buying your first RC car, and the most likely to blindside you with unexpected costs and silent technical failure. Before you buy any car, you need to understand whether it supports LiPo, what cell count it accepts, whether that's 2S or 3S, what balance charger that requires, and what that charger costs separately. The battery and charger together can cost as much as the car itself. When nobody tells you that up front, and most retailers won't because it complicates the sale, that invoice feels like a betrayal. And betrayal is a fast road out of any hobby. Number 1, too much car too soon. You buy a machine that punishes every beginner mistake before you've learned not to make them. This is the quit trigger nobody talks about, because from the outside it looks like ambition. A beginner watches YouTube. They see experienced drivers running bashers at 80 kilometers an hour through open terrain and making it look natural. They buy the same car, maybe a 1/8 scale monster truck with a brushless system pushing serious power on 3S or 4S. First run, they pin the throttle in an open space. The car snaps sideways at speed and it tumbles 40 feet across concrete. The front arm breaks. The shock tower cracks. The servo strips. That's over $100 and damage on a car they ran for 11 seconds. They don't know how to fix it. They don't know if it's worth fixing. They decide it's not. This is the most common quit trigger in the beginner bracket, and it's completely preventable. Speed isn't what makes RC rewarding for a beginner. Control is. And control is built on a car, forgiving enough that when you overcorrect, and you will overcorrect, nothing breaks. Your first car should feel boring to experienced hobbyists. A 1/10 scale, ready-to-run model like a Traxxas Rustler or an Arma Vortex is exactly that kind of car. That's not a failure. That's what buys you the runtime to stop being a beginner, to build throttle feel and steering instinct, and to actually fall in love with what this hobby can become. The most dangerous RC car for a beginner isn't the cheapest one. It's the fastest one they felt they deserved. If you made it all the way to the end, you now know what most beginners only learn the hard way, by quitting and never understanding why. Every mistake on this list is preventable. Every one of them happens because nobody in the purchase chain has a financial reason to stop it. Smash that like button if this changed the way you're thinking about your first RC buy. Drop a comment and tell me which one hit closest to home. Are you Team Terrain Trap? Found out the hard way your car and your backyard were never going to get along? Team Battery Blindside? Got ambushed by the real cost of the power system after the sale? Team Too Much Car? Tried to run a basher before you had the control to keep it on the ground? I read every comment. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that button and ring the notification bell. We put out honest RC content every week. No sponsored filters, no brand deals, just the knowledge that keeps you in the hobby. Remember, the most expensive RC mistake isn't the wrong car. It's the right car. Bought for the wrong reasons, sitting in a box you never open again.